was supposed to post it myself, saying that I was going to go live. I think my husband did it for me. Anyway, I'll give y'all a little bit of time to get in. But what I can say is I am so glad that this mess is over. I am so glad that my husband has addressed all of this crazy nonsense that we've been dealing with for 4 or 5 months now. And sometimes I still can't believe that we had to deal with this mess. But, you know, hey, whatever. But my thoughts on how my husband dealt with everything, I really think, you know, he did a good job. And I know y'all probably saying, that's because that's your husband. But, you know, I think he did a good job defending our ministry and defending his name. And I cannot read y'all's comments, so because I'm going to be driving in a minute, and I'm not going to try to read them. And forgive me for clearing my throat. I'm still getting over this mess that I've been dealing with for 2 weeks. I feel fine, but still have a slight cough. But anyway, this is why it is so important, yes, to keep your receipts. I've been saying this for years. And then I said it to my husband years ago because I got burned for not having receipts before. And from that point on, I was like, nope. I will always keep receipts. Always. And so I told my husband the same thing. You always document, whether it be in ministry, for sure, whether it be on your job, because people will lie on you. And then all you have is your word. If you have nothing documented showing that these certain people are lying on you and about you to others, then you don't have anything. And, you know, for those of you that say, you know, well, brother, you know, you could have just, you know, overlooked all of that. You know, you could have just moved on and not said anything. Well, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But guess what? He sat silent for a while, a good while, before he said anything. And as the old saying goes, you know, they kept poking the bear. You know, and when the bear responds, now it's like, oh, well, this is typical. No, it's not typical. It's what you decide to do when people keep poking at you. I mean, if you decide not to do that, then that's you. But don't say that somebody else is sinning because they decide to defend themselves and decide to defend their name and their ministry, their character. Because these people have maligned, they have lied, they have done all of these things to my husband's character and to the man that he is, to the man that God has made him to be. And, you know, it was like, enough is enough already. So, it's like, they want to cry wolf and cry, you know, try to play the victim or label it as sin when my husband defends himself. Or better yet, say that, better yet to say that that you're not supposed to keep receipts. That Christians don't keep receipts. Well, you know what? Christians wouldn't have to keep receipts if other Christians would stop lying. It is just unbelievable to me that you would make such a statement that Christians don't keep receipts or don't need receipts. But other Christians, or so-called Christians, continue to lie. And then you want to play victim when you get called out. And I cannot understand that. I don't understand that. But as long as he was silent, as long as, even when he was silent, they kept making videos. I'm like, okay, all right. And, we were just going to keep going on about our life and going on about, what God has called us to do. And but it gets to a point where you have to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I'm also glad that, at the very beginning of our ministry, at the onset of our ministry, my husband and I laid out everything. So you can't dig up stuff that we haven't already exposed. We exposed ourselves. Yes, my husband's been married before. We know that. That's not a news flash, sirs, ma'ams. That's not a news flash. And guess what else? He's not disqualified because what? That happened prior to him being saved. So what you got now? And it seems to me that the ones who say, want to cry wolf and say, oh, he's this and oh, he's that, are the ones that are being exposed. And I'm like, what else can you dig up? Again, I say, we've already put our stuff out there. So you really don't have anything. We sat back and watched people lie. Didn't say anything. We sat back and watched people take clips of certain videos, which is another form of lying, because you're taking stuff out of context. But then when my husband responds and he puts everything in context and shows light on your nonsense, then you want to say something else. Unbelievable. My husband would always ask me, well, to make sure I'm doing okay and how I'm feeling and how I'm dealing with all of this. And he's tried to protect me from a lot of it, but I'm nosy, so I go and look at stuff and some of it. But I can't watch some of these ridiculous videos. I cannot do that. That I cannot do. But it has taken a toll on me personally. And that's why I label this video, I'm glad it's over. we are going to now move forward and continue to do what God has called us to do. These people don't deserve any more of our time. We have too much to do, too much work to do, to be wasting our time on non-factors. But you know, some of the things that really shocked me and that really bothered me was the fact that we have sat at the table with some of these people, broke bread with some of these people. And you know, I know y'all probably don't know about the Monique and D.L. Hughley thing, but I was listening to something that she was saying, and she said something. She was like, I didn't even know that there was an issue. And I felt the same way. I'm like, when did this become an issue? It's like overnight. One day Seiko was this person, and he wakes up the next day and he's this person. How does that happen? And Monique said the same thing. She said she brought this dude to her house. He put his feet under her kitchen table. Now, nobody's been to my house, but we have broken bread together at a restaurant. Same thing. Same thing. And to my knowledge, at that point, there was no issue. I'm like, wow. So now it's like you want to label yourself as someone who cares, or you want to guise it under because we care about you. No, you don't. Stop lying. Stop lying. There were so many things in that interview with Monique, or that talk with her, and don't even come at me with, oh, you listening to Monique. That's not the point here. The point here is she went through something that my husband and I have gone through. Okay, so let's just get that out there now. She went through something. Her and her husband went through some of the same exact things that my husband and I have experienced over the past few months. And so some of the things that she said resonated with me. And I'm like, but they wanted to label it as they care about you, when there was never a prior conversation. There was never a prior conversation. I'm like, wow. So that's how we do that? There was never a prior conversation. So she was blindsided too by somebody she thought that she was cool with. You know, but again, you know, my husband and I, we are going to move forward. And I'm so glad, so glad that he revealed to us those people who were fake. I am so grateful for that he revealed to us those people who were fake. So We didn't have to remove them. God did it. He removed those people for us. And maybe because we had blind spots. Maybe we just didn't see it. Maybe our trust was too high. I don't know. But now it's like, it's not that I won't trust again, but now it's like I will definitely have my discernment up. And I will listen to the unctions of the Holy Spirit when they happen. And not just dismiss those feelings, those unctions that I get. And I think I have done that a few times. You know, you hear something in passing, you like, oh, okay, whatever. Or you see something, and you think, oh, okay, or no, they're not talking about me. File it. File it. File it away. And you know, it's so disheartening that it's Christians that's doing this. Or so-called Christians. I don't even know if I can call them that anymore. Because these are the same people that were calling my husband, texting my husband, inboxing my husband, asking him for advice, asking him for guidance. And now all of a sudden, he's not saved. All of a sudden, he's in rebellion, doesn't want to listen. No, he's just not listening to you. Because you're speaking nonsense. And you didn't have your facts. And I would probably say that most of them are immature and in their feelings. Because mature believers don't act like that. They don't do that. They don't do that kind of stuff to their fellow brothers and sisters. They just don't. If I got a problem with you, guess where I'm going? To you. And y'all should know by now, if Saiko has a problem with anybody, he's going to go directly to that person. And I also find it funny and strange that when he asked you to provide evidence, provide proof of these so-called claims that you had, couldn't do it. Your little echoes and sound bites is not proof. They're exactly what they were. Little clips that you stole. And don't get me talking about stealing. That's another whole conversation. That's another whole live all by itself. But I'm grateful. I am. I'm grateful. And you know, something else. For the enemy to be coming after us this hard, we must be doing something right. We must be disturbing his kingdom. That's why he's so angry. And he's used people that were around us because he thought that was going to get us off our game. No. Not gonna happen. But again, I am excited to see where God is going to take this ministry, where God is going to take us next. And let me say this too. I want to say this. I have to say this. You guys that have been texting and inboxing and praying for us, it means a lot. It means a lot. And we both want to say thank you. Because you didn't have to do that. You're not obligated to do that. Well, you kind of are obligated to pray for your brothers and sisters, but y'all's prayers and your support have been immensely helpful for us. And I know that because God keeps vindicating. If y'all didn't see my husband's live this morning, another vindication moment in the video. So y'all need to go back and watch his video from this morning. Another vindication moment. And just when you think, you know how the enemy plays with your mind and plays mind tricks with you, and you're thinking, did I do something? I mean, what is going on here? God's like, no, you're doing exactly what I want you to do. You're exactly where I want you to be. And he shows us that by the emails that we get, by the support that we get. He keeps showing us that he has us. And that is encouraging. That is so encouraging to know that. And as long as we know that God's got us, none of these little petty things that people try to dig up or don't matter. Don't matter at all. Now, was I hurt? Yeah, slightly. Disappointed? Yeah. But we serve a God who is going to always be on the side of those who are right. And I'm so glad that my husband has his own individual relationship with the Lord. And it makes it easy for me to follow him. If he's saying go this way, then I'm going that way. If he says go this way, then I'm going that way. He didn't want me to drive and do this live, so I didn't. I know he didn't feel comfortable with that, so I didn't do it. Because I was trying to convince him that I could drive and do this live at the same time. I say, no, okay, he doesn't feel comfortable with that, so I'm not going to do it. My husband protects us. He protects me and our girls. And my sons are grown men, but I'm sure he would protect them as well. Because those are our blessings. And I can trust that my husband is being the protector, the provider, and the priest of our home. I don't have to question that. And I don't have to question whether or not my husband can teach or disciple our children. I'm secure in that. And I'm also secure in who I am. So I don't have to be out here in videos and conversations and timelines and other things with other men, because I got a man, a good one, and one who knows his Bible. So I don't have to be out here hanging with other dudes to fulfill some unfulfilled desire that my husband's not providing for me. Because I'm not lacking nothing over here. Nothing. So, for those that have to get substitutes to fill a void that they wish they had, you carry on. Carry on. And maybe somebody will disciple your man so you can teach. But anywho, I'm about to roll out so I can go get this hair done. Y'all see this little puff ball back here? It's not gonna be like this later. Going to get my braids back so I can put this hair away. But thank you guys for listening. Continue to pray for us. Continue to pray for our ministry and my husband's ministry and our ministry, Love, Life, and Marriage with the Woods. I'm praying that God will open doors for us to do this for His glory, full time at some point. So I think He's given us a lot to say. I think He has given us a lot to say. But again, I thank you all for your help, for your prayers, for consistently checking in on us and supporting us. I thank all of you. My husband thanks all of you. So I am going to sign off now. And I just say blessings to all of you. And like my husband says, whatever you do, do all to the glory and honor of God. God bless. Bye.